All right, so let's talk about a lesson I learned this weekend. I don't know if you can see, but this arm's got a darker, redder spot than this arm. We went and raced at the 24 Hours of Lemons at Hallett, the Lemons Halitosis. A lot of fun, great race. We didn't have so much fun as other people did. We got there for test and tune day, and everybody was getting time in the car, and I got out on track. And I did 3 laps, and on my second lap, as I was going around turns 4 or 5, I heard a thump and felt something in the center of the car. Now, I'm not sure what it was, but went on around, and lap 3, same thing. And I said, something's wrong with the car. So I radioed in, said I was bringing it in, and it may have been a backfire for all I know, but it was a nice thump, and I could feel it in the chassis of the car. Started pulling back around, coming out of turn 9, heading down the straightaway towards the pit lane, and the car starts misfiring. Okay, something's definitely wrong with the car now. I get back to the pit space, and I do know that I tend to, when something goes wrong, I get tunnel vision. And as I'm getting the pit space, shutting everything down, all of a sudden I notice the oil pressure gauge is flashing at me. Well, how long has it been doing that? It wasn't doing that, as far as I can remember, it wasn't doing that on the straightaway. So sometime when I was navigating through the pits, trying not to run over little kids and whatnot, we lost oil pressure. And later on, we discovered the pan was full, so more than likely, maybe it was a shot of water, I don't know. Get back to the pits, shut everything down. I get out of my suit because, I know I'm the guy wrenching on it. And one of the other team members notices steam coming out of the exhaust. Okay, that's a sign of a blown head gasket. Why don't we do a compression check? Okay, so we pull out all the plugs. I thread the compression tester in the number 1 hole, and one of the other guys turns the key on the ignition. And as I'm sitting there holding the compression tester, 250-degree water shoots out onto my arm. I got burned. And it's something I never would have thought. That's an obscure thing. You're doing a compression test. Normally water doesn't shoot out of the cylinders when you're doing a compression test. But if you're testing for a blown head gasket, if you're testing for anything, it's a wise idea to stay out of the range of fire of the cylinders. You're pushing compressed air out of those cylinders, and if there's anything in it that could hurt you, you're in the line of fire. So, point of note, in the future, when you're doing a compression test, stay out of the line of fire of the other cylinders. I was able to put some ice on it. We had ice in the ice chest for our cool shirts and other things. I got ice on it and immediately started wrenching on tearing the engine down. We ended up changing out the cylinder head. We had a spare cylinder head brought up from Dallas. One of the team members was running late, and he was able to stop by and get that. Number 1 and 2 cylinders were pitted back into the water jacket. So just a new head gasket would have fixed it. We put it back together, and we still did not have compression in number 6. And it appears a couple of the valves in the new head were bent. Don't know when that happened. Everything had been drained out of the engine, so it's not water that was trapped in the intake manifold, because we had the intake manifold completely off and out of the car. So may have been something that got missed in the rebuild of the head, don't know. We put it back together, car was still misfiring, number 6 wasn't right. We know that something's wrong with the tune if we're burning up the 1 and 2 pistons. So that was the end of our weekend. But, live and learn these things, but importantly, I learned a safety lesson. And I wanted to share it with you. Stay out of the line of fire when you're doing a compression test. So hope you learned something from that. Thanks for watching.